Friends, have you seen this news today? It was there in almost every newspaper, uh, other than those dealing in economic and business news. And just look at it and tell me, what do you feel? It says discrimination against Muslim women in the matters of alimony under secular laws will be regressive. Secular laws. Supreme Court is dealing with this issue under CRPC. CRPC section is religiously neutral. All these newspapers, they carry the news, but different captions, but similar headings are there. Hmm? Here also, you are having under CRPC section 125. Muslim women entitled to maintain under CRPC again. News seems very ordinary, but if you could comment, I wish you do. The point I am going to raise, is it a social issue or a constitutional issue or a legal issue? Do you think Supreme Court should decide about these things? Do you think the society by itself is not capable enough to decide on these issues? It seems, because if you are chained by the religious code, you are nowhere in the scientific world. I've been telling again and again that every truth is subject to time, person, event, and place. This had to be decided by Supreme Court. Why? The government had created Personal Law Board, All India Muslim Personal Law Board, to codify the Islamic law. And they did everything but codifying the law. Are we still living in primitive medieval conditions that we cannot sit together and decide about all these things? Why should women remain a second sex? If we use the terminology of Simone de Beauvoir, her book on the Western women, I would say, because she knew nothing about the Indian women. Why should there be disparity in terms of gender, in terms of social relations? As a wife, as a daughter, as a mother, even as a domestic help. Do we have any reason for that? The court has to direct you. It's a shame on Indian society, I would say. When first Hindu law was amended by Pandit Nehru, a lot many voices were there that all the laws be amended in terms of somewhat universal law. And Pandit Nehru, he was adamant and arrogant that I'll do what I want. I'm going to change Hindu law, so I'm going to change Hindu law only. If he had done it at that time, there must not have been the hue and cry that you see today, particularly after the advent of social media. The issue is marriage. The issue is inheritance. The issue is adoption. The issue is divorce. The things that form civil laws. Why different communities should have different laws with respect to all these things? Just because somebody hundreds or thousands of years ago said something, and you take it as if you are living in the same old period. Anybody can be wrong. Anybody who is a human can falter. But if you are into a religion, you don't want to listen. So whose fault it is? Because of your prejudices. Why should the nation suffer? So why should there not be a common civil law. Let us say if there is a law for adoption, you are against it. Okay, you don't adopt. Very simple. But giving equal rights to sons and daughters, it is not an issue of Hindu law. Hindu law was enforced in 1955, 56, and again 50 years later. I am not talking about laws of any particular community. I am talking about human rights. Anything that is against the human rights must be done away with without labeling it or coding it as a Hindu law or Muslim law or Christian law. This code, I just do not understand why they had to interfere. Why our parliament cannot, why our society cannot. Do we have the right to be called educated people? It's a different matter that the kind of education we have it's atrocious, I would say. It doesn't teach us how to be human. It doesn't teach us, even if we are human, how to be better humans. And the society teaches only hate because it is written in the text. I can quote it. I can quote it from Old Testament, Deuteronomy and Timothy about the status of women. I can quote it from Quran about the uh, halala in second surah or 434 or 424. Question is, societies keep changing with time, and accordingly, laws of the society must change. Religion is meant to protect the society, not the other way around. We are fighting to protect the religion even at the cost of the survival of society. I think Supreme Court should take into account all these things. If they have to do all these things, they should compel the state, I mean the government, to bring laws in that line and not that things are left for interpretation for the Supreme Court. I am for universal civil law, but not the way they think about. I am for the human rights. Anything that violates human rights, may be a part of any religion, must be discarded. And this is only a beginning. Just because Rajiv Gandhi in Shah Bano case brought this law and he was severely criticized and he opened the door of Ram Janambhoomi debate also to balance the two. The most kiddish decision, I would say, both of them. But in any case, these issues must be resolved as early as possible unless it is too late. And when it is too late, things will go beyond the people who claim they are Bharatiya. The reason is the world is getting divided on the basis of religion. If anything is there which goes against Christians in India, whole of the Christian world will come together. And if anything goes against the Islam, you have already seen that lady, what he said on TV. There was nothing wrong with that. She just repeated what is there. And a pocket-sized country like Oman, he created ruckus in the way that whole of the Islamic world came together. So if you want to create further divisions, we are already divided. The time has come when everybody must raise voice, not in terms of common civil laws, but the human rights that may infringe any religion, any community, any caste, any category of people. Even if it is not, I wish that a debate is started right now. And the onus lies on the academia, the social scientists, particularly anthropologists and sociologists. Firstly, they should clarify their concepts of human society. They know what they read, they know what they teach. Firstly, clarify and then teach the students in terms of creating harmony in the humans. Vedas said, Manur be human, irrespective of whatever is your caste or religion or whatever you call feel like. Thank you.